I want to first take this opportunity in recapping our season this year. Obviously, it's not the way we want it to end, but we all know that in the Sun Belt tournament that only one team ends up a winner. But I think we had some really great things that happened this year. First, I want to thank our team for their grittiness, their commitment to making App State softball better. Our assistants worked tirelessly, and I can't thank them enough. Without them, we're not as successful as we have been in the past, 5 years. Our support staff was all in. And when you have an all-in support staff, all-in team, all-in, staff, coaches, the team is usually most successful, and we did see that success this year. So again, thank you to, the staff, the team, and the support staff. So obviously, some highs for this year. It was our fourth straight year, a record-setting of winning seasons. That's pretty cool since we got here 5 years ago, and the team has just completely bought into that. So again, a testament to the team for working and continuing to get better. We had 2 all-conference players, Kate Houston and Mary Pierce Barnes. Kate Houston first team and Mary Pierce Barnes second team. And our first time all-region, Kate Houston. That's a huge honors for them and just for the program in general. So really proud of them for their commitment to making themselves and the team better.
Coach, you mentioned 4 consecutive winning seasons. What is the challenge in maintaining that, and where do you go moving forward to continue to sustain this level of success?
I believe it's definitely our culture. Our culture has really set us apart. The team, again, a testament to the team for buying into, what our vision was. Our vision is to win and win in all areas. And I believe that the team has done that. Our fan support has been a great, especially this year. We've had the most fans. We've packed the stadium, and that's huge. Our team is fun to watch. And it's a fast-paced game, and you're going to get some fun things, and when you come to watch App State softball. And so I think that just by those few things, the change in our culture, the change in the atmosphere of the stadium, the people that want to come support us, the donors, those kind of things are what's making us continue to, help change, this program and to be relevant in the conference and the national level.
At the beginning of the season, you guys were on the road seemingly continuously. What challenges did that pose, and how were you able to utilize that opportunity to build chemistry amongst this group?
I think there's always challenges of being in beautiful Boone, and we don't really talk about obviously the weather conditions. It's just this is what we have, and we use that to our advantage. And so to be on the road so much, it really is an advantage for us to be able to bond, together as a team, and to really, understand each other better, and which in turns really helps our culture.
As you look back on the season, you mentioned some of the highs and the lows, but what are some individual memories that you have from this group that you take away from this season in particular?
Well, I think first of all, beating Louisiana was one of the biggest highs for this entire program. Them being first in the conference in a nationally recognized program, knowing that the hard work that we have done over the past few years and continue to do allows us to understand that we can compete with anybody in our conference and in the region. Taking the series from Texas State was another, top memory I take away. We've never beat them in a series, and to open up conference play, beating that team was great for us and great momentum for us. Defensively, we made a lot of, great plays. Our outfield was very, very good this year, and we made some, ESPN top 10 plays. Mary Pierce Barnes being featured on there. We had a lot of double plays, and also some even throwouts from the outfield to home plate. And I think, again, that's just a testament to, again, that outfield buying into sometimes people think that outfield just catches the ball, and I think that those outfielders that we have really bought into doing the little things right to be able to make those extraordinary plays in covering ground. So those kind of things, really I took away from this season is top memories, but I also believe that our team in general just has a lot of energy. They play with passion, and so I love watching them every day, whether it's in practice or in games. The energy that they bring excites me, and so again, that's something that we do every day, and that's fun to watch and it's fun to coach.
One of the other moments for Kate Houston, who you mentioned being a first-team all-conference selection, was a 3-homer game. Mm-hmm. Really special for her on that date individually, but as you speak to what she's done all season, what led to her improvement from last year to this year?
I believe her mindset. Last year she was the DP, and I wouldn't say, everyone wants to play, and she wants to contribute any way to her team, but I think being able to be on both sides of the game, defensively and offensively, just kept her in the game and focused. And another thing is she's got such a great attitude. Nothing seems to faze her. If she goes 0 for 3 or 3 for 3, she's just very even keeled. And I think that really translates to our team. Her even keeledness really helps the team, settle people down as well. And I think she's got a great personality. She's fun to be around. But I also think on the other side of that, some perspective. She and her family, her mom going through some, health issues, really brought perspective to her. And that's why I think, hey, if I do great for the team, but I can't get so down. There's bigger things to really think about, because this is ultimately, and we talk about this as a team, this is a game. This is my livelihood, but this is a game, and I believe that the perspective that she took away from some things going on at home really helped her and kind of be her light, away from things at home.
As you begin to turn the page towards next season, what do you take away from this year that you're excited about, and also areas in which you feel like you guys can improve heading into 2023?
Sure, I'm super excited just for the future. We've got a lot of returners coming back. We've got basically our whole, the starting lineup coming back. But we also have depth. We have a lot of incoming players, freshmen, some transfers coming in, and I believe competition breeds success. So having all those returners coming back, they were a young team, but we've got experience, and I think that's going to help us, in making sure that we're not happy of how we ended the season. That's for sure. And so that's kind of fueled us. And so I know that, the team is training back home. They don't want to be having team meetings, on Championship Saturday. Our goal is to win every game, and our goal is postseason, and we didn't make that. So I think that them just working on them individually. We did discuss that at the end of the season, what needed to happen. Obviously, we just need to be better in overall areas from our in key situations when we've got bases or runners in scoring position. We need to be better at that. We need to cash runners in. We need to have end of the game. We need to finish. We've talked about that for a few years, finishing, and I believe we've got to do that. We've got more experience now, and I believe we've got to step up in those kind of key clutch situations. We also need to improve, on some of our hitting-wise bunting. That's a big part of the game, and if you've seen in the World Series going on, there's been a lot of bunting, a lot of small ball game that is very critical. Even though hitting's a big part of everyone's game now, I think we need to be able to play base to base at certain times, and when asked to do that, we've got to be able to do that on command. So I think that's going to be important. We did discuss that as a team, because that did cost us a few times with not getting those things done. But I also think we've got 3 returning pitchers, which is huge for us. They all saw innings, along with some incoming pitchers, it's only going to make our staff. We definitely talked about a staff mentality, and we used a staff mentality this year. But I think coming in with experience as a pitching staff is only going to help us. But again, being able to finish on both sides, offensively, defensively, finish at the end of the game, having that confidence to do that. But I believe our experience is going to help us in the future.
You've talked about all of the players coming back next season.
Mm-hmm.
One who is not is Bailey Morton. She's been by your side since you've arrived here. What has she meant to this program?
Oh, wow. Bailey. She's meant a lot to the program. She has set a high standard, both on and off the field, especially behind the plate. She's been a great leader for us. And, I am just proud to be able to have coached her and been a small part of this journey. But she has, shown great leadership, to these underclassmen. And, just to be able to, the resiliency she's had, going through some adversity of, coming into she didn't have any idea she'd be having a new coach, and she's just really taken to it. We've got a great bond, and but I think she's really set the standard and the bar high, especially as a catcher, and just being that leader. So, I'm thankful for her, and just know that she has really left a legacy on this program.
What does this summer look like for you and your staff as you continue to recruit and look to bolster this team, not only for next year, but for subsequent years as well?
Sure. It's just about how can we get better. We've already had staff meetings and just making sure we're learning and growing as a staff, but also figuring out ways to make each individual player better in their own game, and, making sure that they are invested just like we're invested, but finding a way to have the team culture even better than it is. I think when there's great team culture, success will come. You need a mix of both of, great success or great culture and great talent. But when you have both, you're unstoppable. And I think that, we are able to do that with what we're continuing to bring in. Obviously, we're recruiting all summer. That's obviously the name of the game. We've got to continue to recruit top talent, in the country to be able to compete in our conference, which obviously the Sun Belt is very talented, but we've got to be able to continue to bring in better athletes, but really good people and great teammates.
All right, finally, as you look towards next year and you talk about the growth and the energy around this program, both on the field and from the fans, and the continued interest around this program, what excites you most about that energy as you go into 2023?
I just love how we come out every day with a purpose. And, the excitement from the youth, I think there's, as you have freshmen, sophomores, and we have a lot of those, just their excitement to want to change what this program has been in the past really excites me, because I see, from whether it's text messages coming in throughout the summer, just conversations over the phone or even in the office, they're excited to move this program forward. And that's a big reason why a lot of these players have come here, because they want to change what App State softball has been. And for the past 5 years, those players have done that. And so the incoming players are continuing to build upon that. So just their work ethic and their grit, them wanting to learn and grow and be better on the field, but also better individuals. And I think that's a big thing that we talk about as a program, is just being a good person and doing the right things and being a great teammate. We've got a lot of people on the roster, and I think that, you've got to fight and compete every single day. But that's one thing that really excites me, is that we are competitors. We keep getting more competitive every year, and competition breeds success. So I think that those are the things that really excite me, along with just even our staff wanting to be better. We've got Coach Showalter has worked with the Greek national team, and he's heading overseas this summer to train in Greece for a week, and then head to the European Championships with his team. So again, continuing to learn and grow. I think that's really important, and so also just us working different camps and learning from other people to keep it fresh. And also I think our team just keeps us young, that's exciting too, because they always, whether it was, Bailey Morton just coming in, to my office and telling me, hey, I got a job, and, thank you for everything you've done. I'm just thrilled for her to be able to, again, leave this program better than she found it, but also go on to the real world. And, those are exciting things. That's why you coach. It's about making an impact, in any way you can. And that's why I coach.